guys, it is Tristan with Nerdouts Newsstand, and I want to talk a little bit about some of the red flags I've noticed going into stuff like Infinite Frontier. Some of the stuff I've kind of combed through and really noticed a different plan, and I get it. Dan Didio's gone. There's a lot of things that DC wants to change. All right. Future State's not going to be over because sales have been generally pretty good. Not, something amazing, but better than what they initially expected. They're doing, second, third, and fourth reorders. That's great. That's wonderful. I've, for the most part, enjoyed Future State. There's a few, like Legion of Superheroes. I didn't like the end to the Karo story, even though I loved the art. There's a few things I would pick when it comes to that. Now, for the most part, I really enjoyed it. I was hoping this was something we could go, hey, this is going really well. I bet Infinite Frontier is going to be really well done too, right? And I'm starting to notice those red flags. I'm starting to notice them more and more and more as we got these solicitations for May when it comes to Infinite Frontier. So it'll be like the third full month. And that's where you start to worry. Now, I'm going to talk about the solicitations, but they also did revisit their Milestone relaunch plans, right? And this is going to be the new look for Static. I mean, all right. It's not bad, don't get me wrong. But I felt like his initial design was perfect. Why change something that's not broken? Or why fix something that's not broken, I guess is the right way to say that. But I guess they kind of updated to more like hip-hoppy clothes and gave him a man bun. All right, I like the shaved side. Like, it's okay. It's not bad. I want to specifically talk about this. This is coming in April, but I want to talk about this right here. This is the new origin, I believe. This added content includes a retelling of the events of the Big Bang. The police brutality protests that unleash a sudden wave of superpowers in Dakota, right? So initially the Big Bang was that gas. It gave some superpowers. It was fine, right? So we're going to get, more new creative teams, Mind Static, Icon, and Rocket. Hardware, right. Okay, so I guess we'll learn more, and I don't want to be too judgmental, but from what we've seen at Fandom, I wasn't impressed. Changing something to fit the times is fine, and this isn't really made for me anyways, even though I enjoy Static and I enjoy Icon a lot. I like the Rocket. I like the characters. I don't know. Maybe it's just because they are updating it with the times of BLM. But I am not a big fan of the change. They also have, though, this is Willetta here. And then we have Francis, which was, the bad guy. The bad guy, the mean guy, the terrible guy. Why did they change his ethnicity? Like, am I the only one that's seeing? Am I crazy? Like, they kept his red hair. Okay. All right. I guess so. All right. So we're looking at red flag number one. Now we're going to go to the solicitations and talk a little bit about, quickly, because I don't want to keep my solicitation videos can get so long. But I already talked about this comic here. Here's, number two, red flag number two. They're retelling Shiloh Norman's origin. They're changing it, and it's going to place, the biggest part of this is it is going to place racism into the original DC universe. Something that we've really not seen done very often. Yeah, we've seen, people called bigots or fascists or da-da-da-da-da-da-da. But it's going to establish that in continuity, black superheroes are treated different than white. Okay, well, we'll see how it goes. Racism can be done. It just has to be done very delicately, right? And I think John Ridley does a decent job of it, but he also does like the angry black man voice a lot, which I don't know, I like and dislike. I have a love-hate relationship with John Ridley's writing, but regardless, yeah, Wonder Girl. It's very weird to me that it's Wonder Girl, and she's still in her Wonder Woman outfit from Future State. I think that's probably more of a marketing ploy than anything else. We talked about these stories here, and we just talked about Milestone. let's go. Okay, so I know people are going to say something about this. I don't care. I literally don't care. They do these kind of superhero celebrations all the time. This one specifically is for Asian superheroes. Why isn't Damien front and center? I know he's like, what is he, Arab, Chinese, American? Why isn't he front and center? I love Legacy, though. He's such a good character. Why isn't Bayo, a Clown Hunter on here? Like, I love some of these characters. Ryan Choi we have here. We have Cheshire. We should have Shiva. I think this is grunge from Gen 13. It looks like it to me. But, this character, what is this? I forget his name, but he's the Chinese Superman, right? Like, I like the idea. It's got to be executed correctly. And actually, some of the names on there, Jin Lung Yang, Greg Pak, Ram V, Amy Chu, some of them are really good names. So, I mean, it could be done very well. Now, here's where we start to get into the red flaggedness, because we talked about this, and this is by Chip Zdarsky. It's not in continuity. And we're going to start. One huge red flag to me is, if you guys remember, when we went through the whole convergence straight into DCU, this is exactly what it's feeling like right now. That's what you're giving everybody right now. You're giving us convergence as in future state, DCU as an infinite frontier. It very much so feels like you don't know what you're doing. And that's what bothers me the most. Not only does it feel like that, but do you remember those terrible, there was some that was really good that came out of DCU, American Alien, Bad Blood. There was a bunch, right? There was the Poison Ivy story, the best Poison Ivy story ever told by Amy Chu came out of that. There were some really bad ones, like Superman in jeans and in a buzz cut and it was terrible. This looks good. This looks great. Superman comics by Philip Kennedy Johnson, the action and Superman, both look fantastic. They're in continuity. What I want to say is, I don't know what is and what is not in continuity. You don't make these things clear. You don't tell us. Yeah, obviously we know it's on main Earth. I'm just using this as an example. You've got the Bat Book. We fucking know it's Batman. We know it's a Bat Book. Guess why? His gosh darn name, I'm gonna calm down and I get so mad, is right there. Okay? You know that, right? Whoa, you know Superman too. Like, this wasn't a good idea. This whole, bring it out. Don't put a bat symbol there. Put what Earth it's on. Put whether it is on Elseworld or if it's Omega or if it's Prime. Tell us where it's at. Because I don't understand and my OCD is driving me crazy. I haven't been reading these because they're not very good. Regardless, like this. Holy shit, did you know Batman Detective was a Bat Book? Could you believe it? We don't know where it fits in the story. I get it. We're like, what? Continuity fluid, right? But it's not fun deciding in my fucking OCD where these things fit in a line. You need to not throw continuity out the window with an omniverse. You need to make these, all you gotta do right here, all you gotta fucking do is just say, okay, this is Elseworld. All it's gotta be is a fucking E, and then an A, and then a P, or however you want to do it. And I'm really interested in that story. Don't get me wrong. It's Tom Taylor. I'm just using that as an example. You have to make these things clear, because I cannot stand it when it's not made clear. Like, really, you put Batman and Superman symbols together. We know. Okay. I'm gonna quit with the continuity thing. I do want to show you another red flag though. Like this, Chip Zdarsky, it's got the bat symbol right there, right? But Chip has now confirmed that this is not continuity. But you would never, ever know by anything that is said. Like, obviously, we know that, like, DC, use that as an example, was an Elseworld story. Because of zombies, but because it was made clear. Why aren't these things being made clear? Now, Catwoman looks fantastic. I love it. But, and Challenge of the Super Sons. Okay. Same with this one. Crime Syndicate. It literally just says limited series on there. Joe, what are you doing? This feels like DCU all over again. Like, if you're gonna do this, bring back some Secret Six or All-Star Section 8, like something silly and fun like that. We know that these are like this. So this whole storyline is like, somebody thinks Batman is a murderer. Okay, that's not good. I mean, it's okay, but what I want to talk about, and it kind of starts here, is we get a lot of B characters that are brand new, or kind of like diversity hire characters, right? That are going to start taking a lot of center stage. And that's another red flag. Yes, I love new characters. I really, really do. I actually thought the Future State Teen Lantern story was adorable. Like the little I loved it. But you need to tell me why I love this. Looks terrible. Terrible. You need to tell me why I need to like these characters. Again, here. So we see Teen Lantern and Green Lantern. Now, I do know that Jeffrey Thorne said that wasn't, a big major thing, but it was just part of it, right? So we also have Naomi here. Okay, we're 2 for 2 here. The second son. Now, that's going to be the new Batman. And it very much so feels like, with the murder storyline going on in Batman, and then the second son, and beautiful cover, but it's Batwing. Okay. That they're trying to bring him more into the mantle, right? And then the whole like weird Luke Fox is a traitor thing that happened in Grifter, like, I don't know. I'm really, really seeing the red flags. Like, Nightwing is going to take care of some big bad bullies. This one bugs me the most. And I'm going to tell you right now, not only did this one bug me, but it made my blood boil as much as what they did to Renee Montoya on Birds of Prey. Birds of Prey did not give Renee Montoya a good representation. She is not a gay woman minority. She is a fucking badass. That's it. She's a badass. She hangs just as, if not better sometimes, than Gordon or Harvey. She is an amazing question. That whole, in 52, I fucking love her storyline. Her storyline in 52 is the best thing. Best thing. Whether it's her relationship with Charlie, or, with Kate. I love Renee Montoya. Let's just read through this real quick, okay? Words can be tricky. Renee Montoya has known this for most of her life. Words taught her to feel ashamed of her gender. When? Her sexuality. When? And her ethnicity. Never, ever, ever has that been ever portrayed. Do you realize you're taking her down to the common denominator and you're not even doing it well? The people of Gotham taught her to hide who she was to fit in. No, they didn't, beloved. And in doing so, they taught her to hate herself. When? Point me a storyline, please. Fucking Christ. But from that despair came something unexpected and powerful. Renee's path from a closeted police officer in the 90s to her time as a faceless vigilante known as The Question. It was one of, that is a link to her queerness. And it is one of the defiant of binaries, outmoded and hateful stereotypes when wherever any stereotypes used against Renee. Renee is a fucking badass you just took down to somebody that isn't. That's defined by being gay. You know what? Renee's not defined by being gay. She just is, and she doesn't give two fucks who she loves. It's how it should be. And the other words, as the question, Renee stood in contrast to society's rigid expectations of her, held up a mirror to the face of the world and asked, who are you? Now, like I said earlier, I have a love-hate relationship with John Ridley's writing because the bones are always so good, but so is the racism. You know what I mean? Like, it's all mixed in. His last book, it was Ben 2 with Bumblebee and Guardian, was great, except for one huge glaring error that he made when it came to the Teen Titans wedding. Bad. This makes me mad. So, I apologize, but that's terrible. So Robin Rorschach has been terrible. And then these have been absolutely garbage. Like, I mean, straight up garbage. We're going to bring this new character in, Bolt, who is like a murderer, but sure. Let's bring her into the Teen Titans and, maybe not Suicide Squad, where she probably would be better off. Let's bring her in. I was really, really defensive of this character. Not defensive, but I said I really wanted to know this character's story. She's a double amputee. I thought it was really cool that she could get into the Speed Force. And I still know nothing more. Nothing more, because Future State didn't put her in a backup. They talk about these new characters, such as Bolt, or Jess Chambers, the non-binary Flash, who I fucking love. Favorite character of Future State. But instead, in the backup, they put Spoiler. Why? I don't get me wrong, I have nothing against Cass, but you want these new characters to be liked and known about. Put them in the backups. You're messing up bad now. Like, you're really messing up Teen Titans Academy. Still no idea. It's on number 3. Still no idea who Red X is. It's never going to be known. Just get over it. That's true. Okay, another one. I think this is 4. We're looking at is the new Levi Kamai. He's an Indian, I believe. It's written by Ram V. I have no doubts that it'll be good. But another B character that's pushed to the front. Like, they're bringing Thor back. I think that's cool. I'll give them that, but the rest are just TPs. But I'm not impressed. I'm not impressed at all. Actually, I'm exactly opposite of impressed. I think, besides the continuity issue, I don't know what's going on with DC, and I have always, at this channel, really, really stood up for them. And I'm really, really down thinking, you know what? Maybe they're getting closer to rumors like this. It's Rich Johnson. Let's be real. This is a nonsensical article that, it makes no sense. But what's going on? Get some leadership. Do something correctly. Because as of right now, I've been a fan for 20 years. I've shilled for you on this channel. And I'm really fucking disappointed in the garbage that you're putting out. Impress me. Because right now, you're not doing so. Anyways, let me know, of course, what you guys think about all this. If I'm wrong, let me know in the comments below. There was just like 10 red flags just lined up right in a row, and I had to vent about it a little bit, especially that Renee Montoya thing, man. That pissed me off. Anyways, I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye. Hey guys, I want to give a huge shout out to my Patreon and subscribe stars. You guys literally make this channel possible. Huge thank you to Cage the Mick, Robert Mick Twiz, Black Knight Fool, Brucey, Chris Z, David L, David Rafford, Jeffrey Allen Carnes, Mighty Paws, Mike Buckner, Maizen Barbosa, Ruskart, Ryan Decker, Robert Hoffman, and Doc Holliday. You guys are absolutely amazing, and thank you so much for all your support. Don't forget on the way out to like as always if you enjoy the content and hit subscribe. And I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.